back to the channel. Sorry it's been a bit of a long time since my last post, but I'll tell you a story. I come up last weekend to do a bit of work on the old Freelander there, because MOT due, and also do a video on the caravan there. There it is. It was in the middle of a heat wave, which wasn't a problem because everyone likes being a bit warm, don't they? But I'd done about, well, if you obviously in YouTube terms, if you do 15 minutes of content, that usually means you've been filming for 2 hours. Now, I'd done what I needed to do, almost done halfway through a second video as well, listened back to what I did the night when I got home, and there the audio was appalling. So basically what happened is when I pressed record, the volume come up very slowly, then you got to the way I'm speaking now. So I couldn't use it, so I've had to come back today, try again. I have got a bit of work to do, more bit of work to do with my Freelander here. It's, as you all know, I'm a bit of a Land Rover fanatic. Obviously, the old green girl there, she does the towing of the caravan and driving around. But this Freelander here is my daily driver. Now it's got an MOT next weekend. So I've done what I need to do on suspension, just need to do anti-roll bars now, and that's done. But as you can hear, the other problem we've got this weekend is it's raining, good and proper. So I'm going to listen back to this video in a minute. If it's any good, we'll keep it. If not, we're going inside and we'll do it in the comfort of the city. So, this edition, what are we going to talk about? Well, it has been a year, well actually it's been a little longer than a year now. It's been about 14 months since we picked up this. As you know, we had a Verona beforehand, which my sister-in-law now's got, and we have now got the Pegasus SC Grande Bologna. Yeah, what we got. And it's been about 14 months since we've had it. Now, we've just come back from Wales, had a week up there, very nice little campsite. And we started talking about what we like, what we don't like. Is it going to stay? Is it going to go? Whatever. I can quite happily say it's going to stay because it's a very, very nice caravan. But we sat down there and we made a list of what's good, what's bad, what we like about it, what we don't like about it, what would change, is there any other modifications I'd like to do to make it a bit more user-friendly or a bit more, basically, it's like being home from home really. So in this video we're going to go around and have a quick look, pros and cons, see what I like, see what I don't like, and yeah, should we go let's start with the outside. Apologise as well, you may hear from my voice I'm not sounding my usual dulcet tones. We have just had a heat wave in the UK for the past 2 or 3 weeks. We had about 3 or 4 heat waves officially, where it's been over 30 degrees for 2 or 3 days on a drop. This is recording this on a Sunday, but on Friday it was over 30 degrees and it got the better of me, so I spent the majority of Friday evening, actually I went to bed about 7 o'clock, half 7, just for a quick lay down, and then woke up 10 o'clock next morning feeling like death. So this is probably the first I've actually been out and about and done a few bits and pieces, so hence why I sound like I'm bunged up and a bit worse for wear. But anyway, start on the outside. Like I say, we picked it up and had it now for 14 months. Is there anything I would change on the outside? Well, to be honest, design-wise, I like it quite a lot. It's the first white caravan I've had for a very long time. If you remember, my Verona was sort of like that was a sort of off-white beige sort of colour. Yeah, it's very nice clean lines. I like it a lot. I won a couple of criticisms, not horrendous criticisms, but a bit of a sort of thing about it. Now this side's lovely. Obviously you've got the front locker, which is very nice. Obviously having an L-shaped lounge, that locker is massive. That goes straight across the other side. So if you open this one up, open the other side up, you can see straight through. So if you've got long things to put in there, idle space to put it in there. This side you've got your services, so basically you've got your water inlet there. You've got your flue there for your Truma combi boiler. That's the gas locker. Loads of space in there for 2 gas bottles. Brilliant design like that as well. And obviously come down the back here. Obviously being an end bathroom across the back, obviously you have your services there for your toilets and your flush. Now, the only thing that is missing from this side, and I wish it was there, because I do find it a bit bizarre right around this side, is the fact that the electric input, so basically where you hook up the electric lead, is this side, down here. So you've got electric hook up that side, and you've next one along it, you've got a 3p outside plug. Not beyond the wit of man, I wouldn't have thought to design that electric hookup to be the other side. Only mainly because if you've got an awning, now we're quite lucky with our awning. We've got a, that'll come with it, got a Ventura, something, Vango. I'll have a look and put it down here in a minute. That's outside, which is fine, but if you had a full awning, which comes right to the front of the caravan, you've got orange mains lead hanging out the side of your wall, right in the way we walk out the awning if you come out this end. The only tiny little criticism, that was round that side, that'd be fine. Older caravans have done it, they used to have the hook up on this side and have the mains consumer unit, your electrics and your 12 volts over that side, so don't know why that is. Also on the outside, it's a little bit of a thing, I don't think other Bailey owners have had this. Where your grey water pipe is, the outlet down there, the shower and the rear basin in the middle of the caravan at the back, very long time to drain down. It does seem to take a fortnight to drain down now. Underneath, they've almost done like a waste trap, so basically as the pipe comes down through the bottom of the floor, it's got a little bit of flexible pipe which does that and does that, so obviously you're going to get a bit of standing water in there. Yeah, you could probably cure that with a bit of solid pipe. What else on the outside do I like? Well, one of the essential things I like is the mover. As you know, I do keep this up here in a barn. As you can see, there's not much space around here for moving. Now, obviously, I've got come with the Evolution Auto all drive. Excellent bit of kit. Couldn't be without it. Because as you see, there's the front of my caravan, and there's a fire engine. I couldn't hook the car up and drag it out that way unless I used my freelander to do it. But most mover essential in my mind. Other things, I know it's got a big fridge in it, which is very nice. The downside I find of it is if you've got a big awning and you're in it quite a lot and you decide to run it on gas, that's the vent for the gas for the fridge there, straight into the awning. So if you start to have a bit of a poor forming fridge, it could cause a bit of an issue, but as you know, most awnings are not very airtight as it is anyway. But apart from that, outside I like. So inside, now we come inside, it's stopped raining now, isn't it? Of course, you can see my ring light there. Let me just turn it around slightly so we're not blinded by that. There you go, superb stuff. Right, inside. Okay, for 14 months we've got this now. And I think I said to you when I first got done a quick run round, as you know, we have the L-shaped lounge like that. I couldn't understand that chair. I love that chair now. That's my favourite chair. I like it. It's very nice because you can have a dinner facing each other. Very nice, which you know you only used to have when you used to have a side dinette. But no, I like that. That's very nice. Nice big seats in there as well. We've been out a couple of times. We've been down to where the sister-in-law stores her caravan, and there's been me, the wife, sister-in-law, my daughter James, and husband Zoe. Daughter James? That's wrong. Let's try that again. Daughter Zoe. Sorry, Zoe. And her husband James sat there as well. Been playing Scrabble. Rainy days. 3 dogs. Been amazing. It's been superb. The wife as well. I had a quick chat with the wife, as I said at the beginning of the video, and said what does she like about it, and she's very much on the same opinion as me. There's a hell of a lot of space in here. Now, it's not that much bigger than my old Verona. If you imagine from sitting here, it feels like my Verona was probably to where the toilet sliding door is there. There's obviously a bit more, but it is actually much longer. What you've got, obviously because you've got the gas locker at the side here, that means you're very close to the front. Gas locker's behind this lot here I'm leaning on, and the end bathroom, although it's very narrow, is actually still quite spacious. We like that. We like the space. There's no getting around that. Plenty of work surfaces there. I mean, we've got the telly easy. If they excuse me, this is my YouTube studio when it's not being a caravan. Obviously got plenty of space there. The only criticism we've got over this side is you haven't really got much in the way of preparation area. Obviously another water barrel on top of it, a water can on top of it, but obviously that's the cooker, so once that's up, you've only really got that little bit there to prep any food with. I know you probably could put something on the end to lift up the flap, but then everyone sitting there is going to move up and stuff. It's not the brilliant, but then again, we've worked around it. We haven't got that much issue with it. We've worked around it. Downsides. Now, I always said to my customers, oh, hello, a bit of bright light. I always said to my customers, never buy a caravan that was made during lockdown. And this being a 2020 caravan, was made during lockdown. Only reason being why not buy a caravan during lockdown is the fact that when we was allowed to have caravans and go back out and socialise and mingle, be it with restrictions, lots and lots of things were being thrown together and quality has sort of slipped. Now, going along those lines, you have to look very, very hard to find the quality issues, but I can see them because that's what I did. I know there's a lot of stuff in there, but as you can see, wouldn't be too much really to put a little bit of a thicker bit of wood in there, perhaps, maybe. I don't know if we can see this. I did try this last weekend. I think I might have to spin you around, bear with. Well, at least spin you around, let me hope I can still see you. If I show you, go over here, top of the bed, that door there, and that door is perfectly well shut, and if I go down there, as you can see, that gets closer and closer, and then it comes back out again. So that door is bowed, and also as well, my side of the bed, which is this side, if I do this, that's annoying. What I have to do, I have to put my, like I've got because around my jackets and whatever live in this hole here, I put either a bit of that underneath it or I put a bit of the bedclothes underneath to stop it rattling. Now Jockey Will, Mr. Will, had an issue here with a squeaky floorboard. I don't know if you can hear. I've got the same. Yeah, annoying, but I don't really know what I can do with that. Can be annoying if you're leveling it up with the legs. Not so much if you put it on blocks, but if you're trying to give it a little bit level out with the legs, you do get a lot of play with that. It does get a bit louder. Right, take this out of the way. Now the other thing I've had to do, let me turn you around again, bear with, is underneath the seat. Now there you go, there's the old seat cushion. So I'll get rid of some of these. Oh, there you go. Now underneath the seat, you've got, with obviously the bed frame, lift it up. I've had to put a bit of wood underneath it. As you can see, it starts there and ends up over there. Basically because the plastic that sits on, which is this here, decided one evening, we were sitting there quite quietly in the morning, going watching a bit of telly, decided to collapse, which was quite funny from my side because I sit the other side, but the wife was sitting on it and it was one of those. Wasn't too impressed, so had to do a bit of rebuilding on that. Yes, so apart from that, I think that's all really that's in it. There's nothing really else that we would change. Those are only really main criticisms we got, but ignoring all those, we love it. It's still a very nice caravan. It's going to be with us for many, many years to come yet, I hope. I had a couple of doubts when I first got it about Truma heating. I will not lie. I was never a great fan of blown air heating in the older caravans, where you used to have the fireplace and the ultra heat behind the fireplace to get things warm. So I always seemed to think they did a lot of work, but not really much come from it. And I wasn't exactly over keen when I saw this had a Truman combi boiler in it. But again, my mind has changed. Living with it for the first 6 months, it wasn't too bad really, because we was only using hot water, not the heating side of it. But we have since then been away during the winter times. We've been away when it's been snowing. We've been into Wales, and the best of times in midsummer. Sorry, Welsh people. Best of times in midsummer is usually, a bit chilly of an evening. So yeah, and that is coped very, very well. The boost function for hot water is amazing. What we seem to do now is seem to tick over on like 1 bar electric, because there's different things you can set up on it, like 1 bar, 2 bar, got equivalent of electric, 1 element, 2 elements. You can run it on a mixture of gas and electric, and the combinations of are brilliant. We found that during the winter, absolutely superb. Fridge as well, we like. Last weekend when I was up here, it was very, very hot. I had my fridge going on gas, had my bottles of drink in there. Everything's very, very nice. Oven, superb. Yeah, so all in all, you can probably tell this review has been a bit of a thumbs up all around. Anything I would change? Any upgrades? So as for upgrades, what I think I could probably do next? Well, as you know, when I got it, one of the first jobs I did was change the charge controller. I put a Victron Smart Energy charge controller in it, which I have had for about 2 years in the other caravan. So put that in, combine that with a Smart Sense battery monitor from Victron as well. Again, superb system, calculates how much temperature in the battery to how much power is coming in, and it'll adjust its output accordingly. And as you know, we had the moment, I think it was about 3 or 4 months in, where the battery was at 69 degrees. We had a cell gone, and it was just basically charging, getting warmer and warmer. And if I hadn't seen that, I hadn't felt the heat through the floor as well, could have been a lot worse an outcome. So yeah, maybe with that I'll put an extra 100 watts on the roof. I don't know if I really need it, another 100 watts up there. Don't know, see how we go with that. Other modifications, the Avtex mobile Wi-Fi kit, AMR 985, absolutely superb system with that as well. I had no issues with that at all. You can link to a campsite's Wi-Fi. If they have an internal Wi-Fi, you can link to that, save you using your data on your SIM card. Alternatively, like we've done for the majority of our trips, we've used mobile data. Started off with the O2 SIM that was in it. That was fine, a bit pricey, so we changed to a couple of others. We're currently on EE, but that contract's coming to an end in January, so it looks like we might be going for 3 next. This phone I'm recording here, that's on 3, and I have no issues with that. They've also just combined with another mobile provider, Vodafone, so hopefully between those two you have some lovely signal. So that's another thing in January. What I would like to find out from Avtex is if you can use the new 5G router with my existing aerial. Reason I say that is when you buy the system I've got, it comes with a 5G ready aerial for the roof. But if it's 5G ready, why would you need to buy another aerial if you've got another router? So I'm going to make some inquiries with that. We'll be phoning or emailing Avtex in the next couple of weeks or so. I might email them actually in a couple of weeks, next week or so, to see if they can just do an upgrade. But yeah, I think that's all the upgrades I really need to do. So that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and your continued support is much appreciated. More videos are going to come out very soon. We've got another week away in Wales in 2 weeks' time, but I have got a couple of vehicle maintenance jobs to do, as you know. So the Black Freelander needs an MOT, so I've got a couple of jobs to do on that before that goes to that. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. See you again very soon.